It's a beautiful morning. Welcome to Women's Corner. It's been a while. Thank you for joining us. I'm here for good and here to stay. My name is Rose Blossom. Today is quite exciting because we're talking about something that a lot of men tend to say, which is a lot of people say, what do women bring to the table? Someone would even ask you, what is it that men also bring to the table that when it comes to a woman? So this time around, we're not having a woman guest or a female guest rather. We are having a man to join us on the program today, and there's a reason why I'm doing this because it's actually a lecturer in one of the best university in Nigeria, and of course he's going to be lecturing us and teaching us on what really men actually want when it comes to marriage, and of course in relationships that might lead to marriage. One of the things they want to see before they settle down with a woman. Now this is for young ladies, single ladies out there. I know you think you know it all, but you never know it all. You know they say we are very emotional, men are logical. So let's hear from the logical aspect what a man thinks when it comes to settling in relationship, and of course when it comes to their marriage, how they want it to go. Like I said, you're welcome to this program runs Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon every Monday to Friday. And of course, if you don't have a TV set beside you, you can join us via Facebook page, our YouTube page, and of course, actually the handle at Galaxy Television. We have several YouTube pages. We have Galaxy TV News, we have Galaxy TV Entertainment, we have Galaxy TV Comedy, and of course, we have Galaxy TV. So you can actually watch. And of course, we have an app on Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. So you can also just, download the app and watch us live so you don't miss any live programs. Okay, before I introduce my guest, let's quickly go on a short break. And after the short break, I'll introduce my guest and definitely we'll start talking. Stay with us. Right, welcome back. Very quickly, because I notice a lot of people during this period, when we have dry season, our skin tends to, become a bit fair. But most times during the wet season, our skin tends to be very oily, like the raining seasons. So I prepared some very healthy tips and beauty tips for you. Like I said, we're talking about what men want in relationship. I know what they want in relationship is quite different from what they want in marriage, because like I said earlier, the logical in thinking, we are more of the emotional part. So while we're trying to judge ourselves because we're very emotional, we're having issues with them, we are trying to don't you understand what I'm saying? Right in their mind, they're just being logical, like, what is she saying? There was a time actor William Suchemba, actually talked to us about how much a man would understand love to be. It's not the way women describe love. Okay. All right, welcome back. Yes, you're still watching Women's Corner. Let's dive into our topic, which is what do men really want in relationship before they settle down, and of course, what do they want when they get married? Okay, we have Dr. Oladeji Olatunji. He's a lecturer. Like I said before, he's also a filmmaker and he is a life coach. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Blossom. Good morning.
How you doing this morning? Happy Friday.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. We are surviving.
Okay, all right. First question I'm just gonna ask is why I don't know, maybe there's a scientific explanation to that, or there is a logical, since you guys always tend to use the word logical. Why do you think that men find it hard to actually express their emotions and be more logical? Let's start with that first before we go into what men want.
Okay, I think by natural selection, right, and by our biological composition, we tend to be more logical. We think more, maybe because of the weight of responsibilities on us. We process more than we express, because a man's head is constantly processing facts and figures and trying to solve problems. So we tend not to dwell more on, permit me to use the word, trivial issues, and also we tend to dwell less on dwell less on trivial issues, and also dwell less on things that we feel will not bring money or resources to the table. You understand? So we are constantly looking for money. We are constantly looking for ways to solve problems, either career problems, financial problems, and all of that. So which kind of robs us of that human or that emotional part. It's like a bleach. It washes off our emotional parts. So I think that's why we are more logical.
Think I would totally agree, because sometimes, even from a woman aspect, from women, most women will tell you a man still expects you after you come back from work. She gets to the kitchen, she cooks, she cleans, and you still expect her to get intimate with you. Now I understand. So you can imagine if you're going through all of that, and you cannot do that aspect of it. Imagine when a man, almost all his life, all he thinks about is to take care of another person, to take care of his siblings, your wife, your children. So I can totally understand why most men are usually logical in thinking and actually being emotional. So I'm going to ask, so what do you actually think is the best way to show a man emotional support? Because now you already said something, the emotions can be there, but it's almost like it's gone, but it's somewhere there, probably hidden because of the responsibilities. Excuse me. So how can a woman show emotional support to a man, and how best do you think they can communicate that same support to you men, so that and you guys will be able to understand, be on the same pedestal?
Okay. So how best can a woman support a man emotionally? I think the number one support a man wants is actually peace. Just give us peace. You understand? I say, every time that no matter how anointed you are, no matter even you or the pastors in this country, pour blood on your head. If you don't have peace at home, you can't achieve anything. So you need that peace at home. You need that enabling environment to recharge. All right. So you've fought wars, fought battles outside, conquered some, you've lost some, and you are just back and you're tired, you're fagged out. You need somebody that is just not going to complicate your matter. You understand? So that you can, if you're spending 4 hours or 5 hours at home, you can just relax and just forget about all your problems and refire, the next day, and go back to the battlefield the next day. So the best way you can show emotional support for us is just being peaceful, maintaining peace, around us, and not complicating our matters, by even, yeah, we know that we need to meet our financial obligations and all of that, but we would appreciate if we are given time, to solve these problems on our own, gradually solve these problems, gradually figure these things out, by picking the needs first and later go to the wants and all of that. But if you have a woman that is constantly nagging, a woman that is constantly troublesome, a woman that is constantly complicating your woes, that's not the best. That's not the best for us. It doesn't now mean that the two can find a melting pot. When it comes to emotions, can't find an equilibrium. You need to understand your man's language. You understand, and try to, because we are all different. I'm a different person. So when it comes to me, how do I relax best? Music, right? I use music to relax, and I like talking about money. So if you want us to connect better, emotionally, possibly let's talk about business. Let's talk about business. Let's talk about investment. Let's talk about money. and that way maybe we'll be able to end it, with being emotionally, connected and all of that. Or like if one of my students once said that the only time she has ever seen me smile is when I talk about money.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Then let's talk about money.
So
Can we talk about money, doctor? Because to
okay,
be
let's
honest,
talk about
I
money.
love where you're coming from. You're saying talk about money, but here's the deal. Now, a lot of men just believe that women just come for the money. They come for the money. Now, it's rare for me. I would say you're talking about money from another aspect, because when a woman wants to talk about money, it's to request. So that means you love a woman that will request, or maybe you should just make that statement clear so we would understand where you're coming
Okay,
from.
now let me make it clear. Now, when I say talk about money, I'm not talking about requests. Um, when you are done with your request, just leave it there like that. I'm the kind of person that I would prefer, if you have needs, just drop it on the table, let me know. Don't remind me. My brain would figure out how to solve the problem. But if I say talk about money, I want you to be interested in what I do. I want you to be interested in my business. I want you to, for instance, let me bring my agro aspect into it. Ask how the farm is going. Ask how the products the farm produce are. Ask about how uh, the supply. Ask about the demand. Ask about sales and all of that. Yes, those are the things that I want to talk about. So it gives me that impression that okay, you are more interested in my career, in my developments, and not just what comes out from my accounts. You understand? So that's what I mean by talking about money. Talking about how to make money, not how to spend money. Because demand, when you bring your demands to the table, is just to help me spend money, right? But when you talk about how to help me make money, yes, I'm more interested now.
Okay, it's good you explained it, because I was gonna, like, after the show, let's just talk about money, because if you talk about money, every woman knows how to ask money and bill every man. Even women know how to bill their fellow women. Talk about a man. Okay, I love what you just said, but you said something very important that I don't know how I'm gonna put it. Let's just say it's something that is a bit dicey. You said when a man
Mm.
gets peace of mind, that's when you can show emotional support. I understand, but you
Mm.
cannot say you've not come across some men who the wife is probably giving maximum peace of mind as much as she can, because let's be factual, let's be honest, you can't get that peace of mind every day, every time, all through the year.
Mm.
No, there has to be some,
Mm.
back and forth, some drama. In fact, I feel that's where the bond even comes. But when everything is always easy, sit down there, she sit down, cook this, she cook this, there's no dragging, there's no little bit of stubbornness, I feel like the relationship even get bored, and relationship gets bored, or the marriage gets bored. Now, but there are for some men who actually gets this peace of mind, and yes, it's still in the same way, whereby the woman sometimes wants to be stubborn. She wants the emotional support as a man, as much as she's giving you emotional support by talking about your business, how your work goes, and of course she's not giving you trouble, she's not bothering you about some certain things, because she's probably doing them on her own. But there are still some men that still go out there, and you will see some of their fellow men asking, what do you even want? You have a beautiful wife, you have a peaceful home, she cooks, she cleans, she works, she tenders, take care of the children. So in that aspect, now that's where I'm coming to. So what a man that is in that situation, having all of this but yet still outside, still looking for what I do not know, maybe still in planet earth, outside, why
Okay.
do you think what do you think men really want at this point, when they probably get all of those things that you've asked for, emotional support, however they want it, and of course the peace of mind? So what do they want?
Okay, so now we need to first break down what men want in the right context, right? Um, what they want in terms of not looking outside, or what they want in terms of being responsible. Two different ways. And I've met different men. I've been in this business for about 12 years. Yeah, I think so, or more. I can't even remember again. So, but what I've come to understand is when it comes to being responsible at home, there are men that would drop 1,000 naira and they expect to come back to eat good food and all of that, and they expect their wives to sort the rest. We have this class of men. And there are men that would not just be there emotionally for the family, or whatever the family wants, they won't be there. And when we talk about, men looking outside, that one, no matter the level of peace, that you have at home, there's nothing really that can actually really stop that entirely. I have to be honest. Like I said, I've stayed a while in this business of marriage. Men naturally are adventurous, and when I mean adventurous, I mean we like to overcome different things. When you are done overcoming one task, you are looking for the next task, which is why they say when you finish, you are looking for trouble, right? So we are constantly looking for things to do. We can't stay idle. You understand? We can't stay idle. All right. So you have a peaceful woman at home that just sits and all of that. That may not really be the only thing you want in life. You understand? So that may help you fulfill or achieve your dreams, but that may not solve all your problems as a man. There are other indices, there are other factors, there are other things that you still look out for. There are other childhood fantasies that you need to achieve. There are other just weird things in your head. There are other attractions that you need to actually chase. So it's not just about peace. So which is why I've tried to touch all the different contexts that you may want to actually bring forward. You understand? So except you come directly look at what exactly do you mean if you say what do men really, really, really want?
Okay. You said so much, and I hope you have some way to juggle around this, because you say men are adventurous. I didn't have my pen, I would have noted a lot. Men are adventurous. They want to try different things. They want to just, they finish one task, they want to start another task. Now, what makes you think that a man is adventurous and a woman is not adventurous? Or what makes you think a woman finishes one task and she just wants to remain there? But of course, come to the society. When a man begins the playfulness outside, they see it as men are polygamous in nature. But when a woman decides to be playful because she also has other tasks, she has other adventures, she has other things that she probably wants, and maybe, to be honest, she's not getting it in the marriage, just like the man is probably not getting it, but she's being tagged all sort of names, she's been stigmatized, probably even sent out of her home, which I feel is actually very wrong. Now, in the context of what you said, don't you think it's high time men actually should know what they want? Because this is as good as you saying that men are insatiable. There's nothing you do that gets them satisfied. Is that what you're trying to say in general?
All right. So now let me break down the adventurers I'm talking about. Let me use myself as an example. I've achieved quite a little in my short time on this planet, right? But I am not the type that achieves one thing and sits back and feels, yo, man, I've done it. I remember, done with film school and all of that. When I was going to start my PhD, people around me felt maybe when I get the PhD, I'm going to relax and feel like, oh yes, I'm a doctor and I have my PhD. Right when I was on my PhD, I was thinking about the next thing to do. You understand? The moment I finished my PhD, one day I told my wife, I said, I feel like jumping out of a plane. You understand? I want to go to Dubai and jump out of a plane, skydive. Now, that is the way my own head is wired, and I cannot stay idle. I don't feel that my purpose in life is in achieving one thing and just sitting back. If the reason for being alive is achieving one goal and sitting back, God would have actually killed me immediately I achieved that goal. So for him to still keep me here, despite all the dangers, that I go through, it means there are other things to do. There are other assignments to do. So which for me it cannot keep me seated. I must look for the next assignment. I must look for the next project. I must look for the next thing to do. As I'm finishing the next project, I'm looking for the next project to do so that I can maximize every single day. So, which is why it's difficult to speak for every man, right? That is just me. Now, I have been at pubs, I've been in churches, I've been in several places. Now, when let's move to men that look outside. There are men that you speak with and they ask, okay, why? And they tell you, maybe even if the woman is peaceful, there are certain things that the woman does that he don't want.
I think there's a network problem. I was even going to ask him, but definitely when he comes back online, I'm going to ask him that part. Is the part of, I don't know if there are men out there, you can go to the comment section on our social media page and answer this question if you're a man or a woman, if you have vast idea or knowledge of why men do these things. Do you actually think he was just trying to explain, he does not have an explanation, but he's trying to explain from his own, how will I put it, survey or research, why men who have most of these things at home but still go outside there to get something else that they feel their wife does not completely have, which of course we know no man is an island of knowledge. So if I'm good, I would definitely have a part whereby I'm not so good with, and same thing with a man. So if you think you want everything around you to be perfect, it's not possible. Once you go to another woman, you will definitely see what you probably don't like, what you started not liking, and you want to move to the other one. Before you know, you have several body counts. But I was going to ask him if it's is not a way, maybe medically we should not take it to a medical aspect. Like, shouldn't we take it to a medical aspect? Let me use it that way. Shouldn't we take it to a medical aspect whereby such men who have so much at home, so much peace, the loving wife, the good wife, maybe they need to check them medically, like mentally, if they are okay, because you never know. There are a lot of issues a man go through, and it's so much burden, so much responsibility for a man to be able to do just all of that for himself. Take care of the wife, take care of the kids, the family are there, his wife's family is there, his kids are there, his friends are there, friends of the wife too is also there. All these responsibilities, sometimes I feel like they probably need to just once in a while check their mental state, because I think that is what some people are just letting out. They are not putting that into the equation to think that, okay, some of these men actually need to be taken care of mentally. Welcome back. That's an amazing one. While we're playing this, I had one of my colleagues say, in Nigeria, can we actually follow these tips and actually make it through? Well, there are still some you can do. The most important ones, most of those are very healthy vitamins and drugs which you're supposed to take. They are, day to day, something, even if not every day, you should just have them. But importantly, what I believe in is have a good sleep, so that your brain will reset. Not the sleeping where you're pressing your phone, or the sleeping and you're dreaming about what you will do at work the following day, or how the next party, the gala you are going to wear, who will do your makeup. No, not that one. The one where you rest your brain, you're not conscious, and you wake up very healthy. When was the last time you actually woke up and you stretched? You know what stretching is? I know growing up then we used to stretch because we had too long a sleep, but now you wake up, you're as active as though you didn't even have a nap or you didn't sleep. Anyway, my last question to my guest before we go, because we can't take any more I'm just going to ask Doctor, there are these special men. I call them special men because they need special treatment. They need special attention, because we women definitely cannot help them, and every other lady they get to meet cannot even help them too. And these are the ones that are caught cheaters. They say they always look for one or two reasons why they need to go out and be with another woman. They need to go out and relax with other ladies when they have their wife at home. Now I just want to ask, don't you think medically it's something that people should start including a mental therapy for men in that category? Do you believe yes or no, or it's just something that they need to check themselves?
Okay, let me say it this way. So recently I had a conversation with somebody kind of close to me. She complained that the husband is a core cheater. or cheat. So she got angry and all of that, and left the house and all of that. So I spoke with her and I told her that I'm just going to be very blunt with her. That ordinarily it gets to a particular age that, as a man, ordinarily, that no matter your strength, no matter your search for adventure, you understand, you just mellow down. Let me borrow Wole Soyinka's word, mellowing of age. You understand? You mellow down, you take it easy, and at that point, naturally, the guy go stop on your own. He go stop. But again, there are some men that no matter who they are, they have the strength. I don't know what to say about them, because just like I said, I can't answer for all men. I can only answer for myself. I can only tell you what I want, but I don't know what the next man wants. So it will be difficult to tell that, okay, when are you going to stop? I've met men that I'm like, oof, nigga, you mad. Sorry for the N-word. I've met men that I'm like, dude, you're crazy. That's even me being a man, right? But well, I don't know. It's just go with them. You understand? That's what
you can actually see that you're actually even speechless on that topic, like on that very question. Even you as a man, you're speechless. So it's as good as saying there are some responsible men.
I've met men. I'm like,
there are some responsible men, and there are some good ones that will always manage their relationship well. They will not, like you said, it gets to an age and they will stop. So they are the good ones. But you see those ones that they don't even know what they really want. I still believe they need to check them mentally. Probably they are overwhelmed with something. Maybe there's a problem somewhere that they are bottling up, and they are really just trying to ease themselves off, but they keep just jumping from one woman to another, and it's not sorting anything. I just believe that, because I've not heard anybody talk about mental health. We always talk about mental health, but yet when it comes to this aspect, we skip it. So for me, I believe that's the next line. When a man does not even know what he wants, then he needs to mellow down, like you said. He needs to think, he needs to get his mind checked and look at what is actually bothering him that he's not vocal about. At this point, I would like to say thank you very much, Doctor. Doctor, I know I kept you on the hot seat today. And you were being careful, because you probably have friends who will come after you after this interview. But anyway, thank you so much for joining. Amazing one. Thank you so much for teaching a lot of ladies and women out there in marriage how to respect, show emotional support, and of course understand those little things that will matter in a man's life. It's not just about receiving money and baby. So thank you very much. We appreciate you from Galaxy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and that's it from Dr. Oladeji Olatunji. He's a lecturer, filmmaker, and a life coach. Right now, I'm going to call him a farmer, because he has a very huge farm which he just purchased. I don't know. Like he said, he's adventurous, but on the good side. So yes, that's a wrap from me.